Okay, we are recording Home Studio Quickies episode 26. There's a recurring question that I get when people watch my Keystation reviews, and I'm going to distill it down to this. What MIDI controller should I get to learn piano? Now, generally, I don't recommend that people learn piano on the Keystation, although you can, if you're dedicated, you can learn piano on anything. My top recommendation is an 88-key weighted keyboard. And the reason for that is because most pianos are, in fact, 88 keys in length, in scope here, like this. And the weighted feel will be closer to an actual piano when you go to play an acoustic piano. The issue with learning on a semi-weighted is that the keys are a lot lighter, and when you go to play on an acoustic piano or something like that, this is not an acoustic piano, but it's close in feel, it's going to feel like slogging through mud, perhaps because of the weight of the keys. However, not everyone has the space for one of these or even the budget. This right here is not a controller, it's a keyboard, which means it has built-in sounds. But it is weighted, and it's weighted in such a way that the lower end is heavier and the top end is lighter. Kind of like a piano would be with the heavier strings and the lighter ones on top. So, top recommendation, 88 keys and weighted. However, if you have space limitations and you're not able to do that, I would recommend 61 to 88 keys. And those are typically going to be your semi-weighted, typically. I did say that right this time. There's typically going to be your semi-weighted keys like this one. Now, another recommendation I have is that they be full keys like this, you see. Not synth keys because they tend to have a little bit less weight. And even though this isn't fully weighted, it's going to be closer to a piano feel than just about anything else. Now, how to go about choosing one of these? I have a whole video on that, but let's look at the method real quick here. You have 3 questions you want to answer. What do you want, in this case, to learn piano? What are your space limitations? That will determine the size that you can get. And what are your production needs? Now, production needs in this case is maybe you need to learn piano in headphones so you don't disturb the neighbors. One thing I forgot to mention before is there are some weighted keyboards with 73 keys, so that may work for you as well. But those 3 questions, like you want to learn piano, what are your space limitations, and do you need to have headphones? Of course, if it's a controller, fair warning, controllers do not have built-in sounds like this does. This has to be plugged into a computer in order for you to hear any sounds through it controls software instruments. Think of it like, I have to be very careful what I press, like this computer keyboard here. This allows you to control your computer in ways to type notes, not musical notes, but word notes and such. So this is like that. It does musical notes, and you have transport controls on this one. So yes, fully weighted top recommendation. That sounds like something we don't want to get into. Top recommendation, however, 88 keys and weighted to have the piano feel. And if you have certain space limitations, of course, between 61 and 88 keys, I would not recommend any smaller than 61 keys because that gives you the 5 octaves to play around, and it's a lot easier to do that when playing a song than to have something like this. There's a little bit extra. I'm going to review this sometime. I would not recommend learning piano on this. The keys have very little travel, as you can see right there. And it's only 2 octaves, so playing with both hands, you're going to find you're extremely limited. So hence the 61 key recommendation as your minimum amount of keys. So I hope this was helpful, and in moving you forward in your musical journey. This has been Home Studio Quickies. Remember, what's important, most important, is between your ears. You are your best instrument, my friends. All right, we'll see you later.